jump, and that's going to be the MAC game of the week. It's going to be Ohio 5-1 at Northern Illinois, who's 2-4, and this is going to be a game where you have the home dog being a plus 6.5, and then you also have the over under being 44.5. You have this Ohio team that is looking to repeat as the MAC champions this year. They got a good win over Illinois this year as well too. Northern Illinois has been you know, they didn't have much expectations, but they playing a little bit better than the expectations that were given to them, and that's usually what you get out of the Northern Illinois Huskies. Pretty much, I feel like they always put the MAC right where they needed to be when they had Garrett Wolf there, and it was a big deal with him crushing teams and doing what he had did. And they tried to get him in the NFL. He played for the Bears for a bit as well too. But I totally remember that kid. And Rourke has been really good. Curtis Rourke is picked up where he left off last season. He absolutely crushed it last week against Kent in a spot that he was supposed to crush it in. He's been really good the last 2 weeks as well too. He's thrown for 496 yards, 6 touchdowns, only been sacked once, no interceptions, and his QBR is just off the hook. And he's actually completed 34 of 48 passes as well too. So he's been balling. The best player in the MAC right now. Well, at least at the quarterback position, in my opinion. And when you look at what he brings to the table, this team absolutely dominates with him there. Yes, he missed a game this year because he did get hurt, but when he got back, man, they haven't missed a beat. And they barely lost the first game of the season because literally it was because he got hurt. And if he didn't get hurt, they would have probably won that game. And that was in San Diego. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. Northern Illinois doesn't really have much to talk about here, but they do have a pretty good quarterback in Lombardi who's thrown for over 1,000 yards already. And he had a decent game last week against Akron, had a much better game against Toledo the week before, but that wound up being a loss too. So, he had a better QBR rating last week, but he didn't throw for as many yards as he did against Toledo. But that just goes to show you that the quarterback's getting comfortable with what he's doing. But at the same time, too, it's going to be just a tough game. I think that if they're able to keep Antonio Brown in check, who's the game breaker on this team, they should be good. Antonio Brown's coming in here 616 yards on 93 carries. He's averaging 102.7 yards per game on 6.6 average per carry, and then he has 5 touchdowns as well, and he scored an 80-yard scamper as well too. So you have to watch out for this guy. It's going to be a good game for however long it's going to be a good game, because I truly do feel Ohio is going to have their way, win this game by 10 or better. I have them with the -6.5. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it shakes out. We move forward from there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our next game, which is going to be